Okay. Okay. I'm sorry, Benta. Okay. There should be a noise gate now. Oh no, there's gonna be echo. Sorry. Got this bad habit of checking the stream while I'm running the stream. Because I think I've got some gross like background noise happening. Oh, you know what it is. Hang on. It's let's go in the editor and let's get rid of these. Okay, so that should be sounding a bit better. Okay, so that should be sounding a bit too much of a noise gate. Okay. Okay. Can you still hear me? I think I got rid of the white noise in the background. That should be better now. Cool. I'm in voice chat on the Discord if you wanted to jump in, Penta. I'm probably gonna try going live for like maybe like an hour. Aww, very sad. I don't think I can actually be in the voice chat and also be streaming at the same time anyway. That sucks. My connection is not good enough. And with that, I think we're live. Let's see how that goes. Okay. Polo. Hey, Flat Bomb. Just trying to work out which shot I'm doing right now. It's changing lenses. Hey, Crazy Chameleon. Yes, this will be the next SCP Animation. Penta, this is your, I think this is the Nikon 55mm. It's the one that stops down to 2.8, so I think it's the AIS version. Hey Savcorp, meme containment project. Is that a meme of the SCPs, or is it just the meme SCPs? I'm using Dragon Frame right now, so this is a industry standard stop motion animation software for capture. You know what, I'm just gonna have to take this out of the way. Oh, that's broken. Okay. I don't know if I need to do this shot at 24 FPS or 20 or 12 FPS. I'm trying to work it if I need this guy in shot. I don't think I do. Should probably crop this in a bunch as well. Hey Alice. Hello Victor. Thank you. Hello Capt K413. This animation is for SCP-914, so it's the refining machine. Hey Dactyl. Recap, I literally just started streaming. I haven't streamed on YouTube before. I've streamed a little bit on Twitch in the past, so I have like no idea what I'm doing, and this is going to be a really janky stream. It's going to be pretty low-key as well, because I have trouble like keeping my attention on multiple things at once, so I'm just doing some really simple animation stuff for this animation, which is for SCP-914, the refining machine. So right now I'm just getting some inserts of the cogwheels moving. And yeah, apologies if I'm just kind of like quiet for a little bit. That's usually just because I'll be concentrating and trying to figure out what I'm doing, because yeah. I wonder if this needs a Dutch angle actually. Yeah, let's just try animating this. I mean, it usually takes me about 2 or 3 goes to actually get the shot down, like animating it. So I might just go ahead and see how this looks at 12 FPS. I think someone asked a question about what frame rate I animate at. I animate at 12 mostly, but occasionally I jump to 24 for specific stuff. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this, and I'm going to crop it in as well. Okay. Oh man, a lot of comments. Okay. Do you think it will make an animation for SCP-096? Maybe. I've got a big list of SCPs that I want to do. I think, I mean, 914 is a pretty popular SCP, but I think I want to try to do like less obvious stuff, I guess. Or like some SCPs are kind of a little bit, I don't know. I think that they're so popular that they're almost kind of like memey. And I'm really on for like a horror kind of vibe with the stuff that I'm doing. Although I might do some containment breach stuff, which is completely the opposite of what I just said, but yeah. Brickfilmer125 asks, how many stages of animation do you go through before ending up with final footage? I don't know. So my current, the current thing that I do is I'm doing I do a rough animatic, which is I do everything at like 1 FPS and edit it together in a timeline. Just take images of like the figures roughly where they're going to be, and I use like stand-in sets, and I usually get that done in a day if I can. So that gives me all of the shots that I need. And then and then I just animate. I process every shot through After Effects at the moment because there's usually like a little bit of cleanup VFX and color grading that I do in there, and then that's pretty much it. Yeah, we do have 23 viewers watching. That's kind of cool. Hello, Luke. Will this be after the janitor, or is this a standalone episode? This will be not connected immediately to the janitor. So at the moment I'm just doing kind of like shorts of whatever SCP stories that I like or kind of inspire me to make a short. Alright, I'm gonna try doing this and see how we go. I wonder if we can just do this as a still shot and then zoom it in. Let's get even actually, oh, that's right. This camera can get in super close to things. Why don't I just do that? Yes. Cool. Hello, Chihuahua. How are you going, son? That's too close. At least the exposure seems to be fine. Yeah, I think that'll do. How long does this shot need to be? This shot is about 1.5 seconds long, so you know what, let's try doing 24, because I can always slow it down. Now let me just get the chat back up. I think I need to, I think I need someone in a Discord chat or something to read out questions for me. Although I don't know if my internet can handle it. I don't know if you noticed that the stream quality is pretty awful, and that's probably because its bitrate is so low because I live in Australia and I can only handle 700 kilobits per second. I'm meant to be getting the national broadband network sometime this year, although that's not much better. Mika, what's your favorite tip for having smooth, lifelike animation? Arcs. Ease in, ease out is one, and then arcs is the other one, so having things move in an arc. Do you ever play classic SCP game? Are you aware of the new SCP game in the works? There's so many games in the works at the moment, because there was the original Containment Breach, there's the Unity reboot, and then there's, I think Blackout, a demo came out the other day, and then someone's also working on a 3008 game. Top Hat Cato, no, I'm not related to Fallen Foundry. That's actually just a huge coincidence that we happen to have the same names and also make SCP animations. But I have talked to them a little bit, they're cool. Stream quality is good until things start moving. Alright, I'm just gonna try rotating this. So I've just got some gears in the back. Oh, and that totally moved way more than I thought it would. That's alright. Penta, is this channel related to the other channel called Evil Lego Spaceman? No, we have no affiliation with that channel. I don't know what you're talking about or where that came from. But yeah, I might have to ban you from the chat actually. I'm sorry. Yeah, they are kind of loose. I might actually need to rebuild this a little bit on the... Because yeah, they're super loose. I don't know, we'll see how it looks. The jitteriness might look kind of cool. I don't. Oh, actually, I kind of like that. It's working pretty well so far. I'm really not good at building. Building is not my strength. Neither is, I don't know, most of these things that I'm doing. I have a really soothing tone. Thanks, Alice. Personally, I find my voice a little annoying to listen to, but I think I'm speaking quieter for some reason than I normally would, and I think it's because I've got headphones on. They're moving a little bit unevenly, but seems to be working okay. I might try moving them a bit faster now. Oh, what do I... Turn looping off. Get out of here. Hey, Prasoon. Sorry if I mispronounce any names. You do motion graphics? I do motion graphics too. It's I do freelance motion graphics for work sometimes. Not so much lately, but... Oh no! I've been having this problem lately where my camera just gets randomly disconnected and I just have to plug it back in. Sorry if that was really loud. Dactyl asked what kind of music I listen to. I listen to a lot of different kind of music. I go through phases. Right now I'm just listening to some royalty-free chill hop tunes. But I don't know, I listen to, when I'm working, I tend to listen to some like older dance music, like I've been listening to Justice a lot lately. Sometimes I listen to more like noise tracks and that sort of thing. Instrumental stuff is better for animating. Though it also depends on how complex the shot is. Like this is really simple to animate, like I'm basically... damn. Damn. Okay, this is really starting to bug me. I'm gonna try unplugging it at a different spot. Anyway, I think Alice asked what my favorite SCP is. I've got a couple. I think my favorite one at the moment, I think the IKEA one, because I really love survival stories. But I also really liked, I think it was 3001, the red light object, whatever it is. It's about a guy who's stuck in like a black nothingness void between dimensions, but because he's in the, oh man, this is gonna bump the camera. Wow, okay. Hang on, I'm just gonna swap over my USB ports. That usually fixes it. Alright, that seems to have worked, but it's also killed my webcam. Yeah, this is the kind of thing that I gotta work out for streaming. Video capture device. Yeah, I'm sorry about the PC noises. I'll figure out how to not do that on the next stream. It should be okay now, I think. And yeah, that's completely bumped the camera. Man, that's the problem with doing these shots that are so up close. It's, you can just bump the camera. That might be something I can probably fix in post. This is gonna have a little bit of camera movement to it anyway. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, let's see how that looks at 12 as well. Yeah. Definitely looks cooler at 24. Am I still in film school? No, I've been out of film school for about a year. I'm working from home at the moment doing freelance stuff. And this, so I want to try to do as many animations as I can while I'm able to do it. It's difficult to get this kind of freedom later on in life. How do you adjust minifigures without moving them even a little? Lots of blue tack. Mostly just lots of blue tack. I've been studying an animator called Monsieur Mingle lately. He's a French animator who does Lego stop motion. He hasn't finished any films, but his animation is probably some of the best Lego stop motion I've ever seen. And yeah, he just uses a ton of blue tack wherever he can. And it really gives you a great freedom of movement. Yeah, that bump's fine. So what did I say? I need this to be 1.5 seconds long, so I think I'm gonna go for 2 seconds. Hey, lots of toast. Welcome. Oops. Oh, you know what? I've forgotten. Is there's a gear on the left side here that needs to be turning. This is what I mean. I always like forget stuff. So you know what? I'm just gonna have to do this. This is a really simple shot to do though, so if I can just redo it really quickly. Hog, the computer animation, asked what the name of the animator was that I was studying. It's Monsieur Mingle, or Mr. Mingle. He just posts like animation tests. But they are really high quality. And he just has like a really high degree of control. Bryant White, did I pronounce that right? Asked how long do I animate for? Really depends on how I'm feeling and how bored I am by the animation. Ideally I'd want to animate for like 2 or 3 hours at a time, but I must confess I am not that disciplined these days a lot of the time and get distracted sometimes. I literally have to turn off the internet sometimes. But hopefully doing a little bit of streaming puts a bit of pressure on. I really should have made this rig better. Oh well. You know what's the cool SCP is? The symbols SCP, the one that you can't talk about or say any information about. Am I gonna get killed on stream by it, by talking about it? Nova asked, what gear to use to film these animations? So, right now, my current gear is Lego. I also have a DSLR camera. It's just a Canon 700D, so just like a really, not even like a super professional camera, it's actually on the cheaper end of the spectrum. I also have, I use the kit lens a lot, just the one that comes with the camera. Right now for this close-up I'm using a vintage Nikon lens that can stop down to 2.8 f-stop. Oh, why won't you twist? Okay, there you go. I also have these little LED lights, which were from a company which I can't remember the name of right now. Brick Stuff. I've got about a half dozen of those that I won in a contest. I also have 2 soft boxes, which are just like, I think they were like $100 on eBay for the. There were 3 of them originally, but one of them's broken, so I just used 2. Yeah, I think that extra movement helps. Glad I picked up on that gear on the left, not moving. Hi, why you? Hi. What's the next animation you're going to do? This one. This is SCP-914, the refining machine. I'm just doing a little short film with it. And then the one after that, I've got a list of ones that I want to make. I don't know. kind of want to not commit to anything because I'll probably change my mind. I already changed my mind on this one. I was going to do a different SCP before I started doing this one, but I liked the idea that I had for this one a lot better. Yes, this is looking pretty good. I was going to add a camera, like a physical dolly push in, but I think that would just be too difficult to do. It's really difficult to do in close-ups and also keep focus and keep the camera from being bumped too much. So I'm probably just going to add a digital zoom. How do you get the lighting from underneath? I always have shadows in the minifigure faces. Alright, well, so one of the things that I'm doing that kind of helps with this set is the entire floor is flat and reflective. Sometimes when I'm doing like a close-up shot or something and I need a bit more light on the character's face, just putting a piece of, like a little slip of white paper underneath them helps. Acts like a miniature bounce card and just kind of bounces some light up into their face. And sometimes I also just have a light box coming in from the front, but for this SCP stuff I don't usually do that. Everything's usually top lit or backlit, just because it looks a lot better, especially with Lego. I think there's an interview with the cinematographer of the Lego movie where he talks about like just avoid front lighting ever, unless you absolutely have to, pretty much. Hey Volgun! Impressive. I don't know if it's impressive. Personally, I think it's a bit janky. Suited Ninja Nerd. Any thoughts on horror brick films? I don't think I've really seen that many horror brick films. I know they exist. But yeah, I don't think I've seen... I can't actually think of any off the top of my head. I'm sure Penta would know some. Yeah, yeah, but in general, just thoughts on making horror with Lego. I don't know. That's kind of what I'm trying to do with this series, is trying to see if I can make that work. Because it's not a genre that really gets tackled in Lego Animations much, that I know of. And yeah, like right from the get-go, you're kind of working against the medium because Lego has a lot of baggage to it, I guess. Like I can't really show like a Lego animation to, you know, like my parents or something, and that they're not going to look at it the same way as like a regular film, if you get what I mean. Because yeah, they are toys. But I think the benefit of doing stuff with like a pre-existing fandom, like Minecraft in the past, or like this SCP stuff, is that people tend to look past the medium a bit, and because they're invested, they can invest in the story that I'm trying to tell. Anyone can make a jump scare. Horror can be feeling uneasy. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of jump scare movies. I prefer that slow burn. Volgun says, animators amaze me, it's never something I would have the patience to do. It's like watching close-up magic. Haha. Yeah, well that's the thing, like, I don't think I'm a super patient person. Like, I don't know, I know from the outside it probably like looks really boring and frustrating, but like it's one of those things that you can kind of get into the zone with. I imagine it's really similar to similar feeling to like composing music or editing as well, as you kind of just get into the flow of it. Because yeah, it's also a lot of, with stuff like this especially, it's a lot of repetitive movement as well, which I think kind of helps, like repetitive body movement. Pato BR, I don't know if that's pronounced right. How much do you spend money to make these animations? Not very much. Not all in one go. Like all of the stuff that I have, I've sort of gotten over the years, or like built up over the years. So like these softboxes, I probably need to replace them. I've been using them forever. Half the bulbs are blown in them. Camera I've been using for years, I probably need to replace that too. I'd say there's probably like, if I was starting from scratch, like just for equipment, not including the Lego, it'd probably be like $1,000 or $2,000. I don't know if you include the computer in that. You don't need an especially powerful computer, depending on what you're doing. Kind of like slows down there for a moment. I might need to take out a frame. Yeah, let's take out this one. Might need to take out one more. Actually, no, I kind of like that because it. I'll leave it in there for now. Hey Julius, you're very excited to be here. Supercan Harry asked, what's your favorite set theme? Classic Lego space, like the 1980s stuff. I have like 40 of those figures. I don't really buy a lot of Lego anymore. Most of the Lego. Well, I mean, like I get stuff for these animations, but I don't think I'm really like that into Lego at the moment. This is more just like, I've experimented a bit with other mediums as well, but this is the one that I keep coming back to, which is probably not the best, but I mean, I feel like I'm pretty good at it, so I'm just gonna keep doing it. It's a pretty fun medium to work in, because it's just like, it's cheap, and it's relatively cheap compared to like doing live action stuff, and it's like, I'm not very good at drawing or anything like that. Oh, that's just gotten caught. Okay. Lone Clone asked what happened to the animation I was working on with the little blue guy. Was that a thesis film or something? Yeah, so that's Levi. He's my channel mascot, and but he came from. I wanted to do a graduation film at film school, and it was gonna be a stop motion. I'd like fabricate my own puppets, and everything, and so I spent ages like trying to build this Levi puppet out of like all these different materials, like 3D printing, clay, wire, And yeah, actually it got to the point where I'd been working just on like trying to get the film going for about a year. I must have written, I think I wrote like 20 versions of the script. I did the storyboard like 3 times. I'd done so many test animations, and then like every time I like tried to actually get started like making the film proper, it ended up just not going, and it actually like it really stressed me out eventually, to the point where I was just like, it was like a bad relationship almost. It was just really stressful, and like it was affecting my personal relationships with other people, like just trying to work on this film that I couldn't get off the ground because I was basically just trying to do it myself. And yeah, it was eventually I just had to kind of shelve it. So, I mean, I do still want to do things with Levi in the future though. I really like him as a character, and my partner Cassie is very good at drawing him as well, so I don't know, I might try doing some animations with him in another medium sometime. His favorite stop motion movie? I'll have to think about that. Probably the original Wallace and Gromit one. That one's pretty good. Yes, Pingu actually. Pingu's the best one. MC Productions asked, how do you create a good story? Keep wanting to do stop motion, but I feel like I don't have any story or any good ideas, any tips. I don't know, I feel like it's very different. Oh, whoops. It's very different for everyone. I think I'm still trying to work out like how I can try to come up with a good story. I think ideas themselves, like you shouldn't get too caught up in specific ideas. I don't know, I'm just kind of rambling. Just make stuff. It's kind of something that you have to figure out for yourself on the fly, I guess. Don't read books about like how to come up with a story. Those are generally just kind of a waste of time for me, unless like you find some specific method. A lot of the time it's just finding inspiration and consuming other media and then thinking lots. That's something I've been trying to do a lot more, is actually like devoting a lot of time to like just thinking about stuff before I even write anything down. So that instead of trying to come up with it as I'm putting things on the page, I'm just kind of transcribing what's already in my head. And yeah, just kind of like incubating ideas, I guess. I still need to see Isle of Dogs. This is SCP-914. This is the refining machine. I'll show you what the set looks like in a couple of minutes. I'm nearly finished this shot. I just need to get that number on the bottom of the screen to 48. And then I'll have 2 seconds of animation. Man, it's a bit hot in here, guys. I turn on a fan, but then it'd blow into the mic a lot. Pato Bia asked what got me started doing stop motions. Seeing other stop motions on YouTube. There was a few back in like 2009, I want to say. I watched a lot of early Lego, I watched a lot of Lego animations on YouTube. Stuff like Forest Fire and Keshin. And then I think I found a how-to article on how to put together frames in Windows Movie Maker, and I made like 2 really really janky stop motions in one day. And I was really happy with them, so yeah. And I think I was kind of into photography, like, because I had like a little digital camera. So I like taking pictures, and I like movies and TV shows, so yeah, I don't know. It's kind of just been a descent into madness, really, over the last few years. Just keep doing it. All right, I think that shot's done. Mr. Awesome asked what if I'm going to be making any more Minecraft related animations. Probably not anytime soon. I'm not really like that into Minecraft anymore. I don't know. I started playing it again a little bit recently. Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with this. But yeah, I think also like Minecraft is I feel like it's different to what it used to be like. I don't feel like I get that same like sense of I don't know, like adventure with it, or I don't know. And I think I've just kind of had enough of Minecraft. I've done like I spent like 4 or 5 years doing pretty much Minecraft animations. Alright, I think I'm pretty happy with this one. I'm just gonna hit, yeah, I already conformed to this one, so I'm gonna make a new take. I'm gonna do another shot. So that one was at 24. This next shot I'm probably gonna do at 12 FPS. Alright, refresh. Kaizen? I don't know how to pronounce names. Asked. Oh geez. That's very overexposed. Asked what my favorite brick film is. My favorite brick film is I can say good brick films. I don't know if I can pick a favorite one. I don't know. I don't really watch a lot of brick films that much these days. Just because there's a lot of them coming out, and it's a lot of work. Sorry, I'm drifting out a bit. I'm just trying to concentrate on setting up a new shot. Alright, let's move this whole set in. Give these lights a rest for a moment. Subcan Harry, the Ordinator, asked if I liked Morrowind. I've never played Morrowind. I haven't actually played that much Skyrim. I'm sorry. I'm sure I would like it if I gave it some time, but I don't really make time to play video games that much anymore. I don't even really play Overwatch anymore. I kind of got sick of it. I play CS:GO like maybe once a week with my girlfriend. Oh, my head's in frame. Hello. Enter impossible challenge. Name one brick film. 99% of people fail. Wars of Darkness, that's a brick film. Hey, if you got got a free 4 hours spare, have a bunch of friends, and want to watch some very rudimentary but incredibly entertaining stop motion, just watch Wars of Darkness. It's 4 hours long. It's great. Greatest brick film ever. Maybe. And like no one except for Penta and maybe like 1 or 2 other people in the chat are gonna know what Wars of Darkness is. It's got a Twitter page with random facts about it, if you want to follow that. Wars of Darkness facts. Hang on, let me just look at my reference for this on my other screen. Oh, this is a really close-up shot. Okay. Do I need to swap back to my other lens? Yeah, probably. Alright, we're doing another close-up. I picked pretty simple shots for this this first stream because I don't know how I'm gonna do with my concentration. I think I definitely need to have someone that can read chat for me, because it's a little bit much to split my attention. If I was doing like a really difficult shot, I probably wouldn't be able to keep up. Oh, it's called Wars of Darkness. Julius asked if this takes place during a containment breach. No, it doesn't. This is just a day in the life at the Foundation kind of video. Which I'm probably going to be making a few of those. You want to connect, Mr. Camera? Yes. There you go. What a good boy. I might need to change this one to a Dutch angle as well. Pato BR asked if I play games. Yeah, play games. Not very much these days, but I do play games. Yeah, like the last 2 games I played are CSGO and Minecraft. But I have played a few games in the past. I'm big into Halo, or used to be. Halo 5 was a bit of a disappointment, and I used to read all the novels as well, but they've kind of been not so great lately, so I don't know, we'll see how Halo Infinite is. It's basically the only reason why I have an Xbox One is because of Halo. This is definitely not Dutch enough. Yeah, look at that Dutch tilt. Someone asked earlier what kind of lens I recommend for close-ups. This lens is the Nikon 55mm. It's an old manual vintage lens, and as you can see, because it's 55, it crops in quite a bit, especially on a I think this is a 4/3 crop sensor, so it ends up being more like a 70mm lens on a full frame. So very close up, and the focus on this thing, as like you can see, it gets really, really close up. Like, I think that's the closest I can focus right now. So yeah, it's pretty nuts. Okay, I think I was talking about earlier how I just wad lots of blue tack onto the figures. I'm just lowering the camera a little bit. You know what? I could actually move this set over here. What are those jazzy tunes you be playing? Yes, it is lo-fi chill hop. This is just some royalty-free stuff because I know YouTube's algorithm is a bit more touchy than Twitch's with music, so I'm just using royalty-free stuff at the moment. This is from Chill Hop Records. All of their stuff is royalty-free if you want to use it in your videos or anything like that. Usually the kind of chill hop that I like to listen to is Nujabes. Did the soundtrack for Samurai Champloo, and he's unfortunately passed away almost a decade ago. But he was a Japanese DJ and chill hop artist, and did some amazing stuff. Really, really good. A lot of chill hop that I listen to is pretty meh, to be honest. It's just kind of like piano samples, vinyl static in the background, and then they just put like a really kind of lazy garage band beat in the background. But Nujabes is very different. And yeah, I wish a lot more lo-fi chill hop stuff took pointers from the kind of music that Nujabes made, because it's kind of all very different sounding. Pato BR asked if anyone helps me with recordings. Not these days. I do pretty much everything by myself now. I think my girlfriend did the sniffing noise for the janitor. Because, yeah, I was showing her the animation, and before I had the sounds in it. And yeah, she said, it needs to sniff like this. And then and I was like, okay, cool, I'm recording you now. And I pitched it down a little bit so it sounded a bit more manly. So yeah, the voice of the janitor is a girl. Alice asked if that reanimating monster was an SCP. I think it's actually not clear in the story. I think it's referring to, I think it's meant to be a 049 instance in the story, but because it's not really clear, I kind of took some liberties with it and just kind of made my own thing. That was a little bit more horror style. And also because I kind of like the idea of a body just reforming out of all the blood and gunk and stuff. I thought it was a cool idea. Alright, so hang on, I gotta work out what I'm doing here. So I'm gonna be overlaying or tracking in some graphics over the top here, so I just need to make sure it's gonna have room for it in the frame. Sorry, I'm just kind of like spending so much time on this shot. Are you gonna do a custom SCP-173? Or do you plan on doing anything with him? Probably. So yeah, but I'm not really sure how I'm going to animate him yet. It's gonna be way overexposed. And what am I on? 5.6. I'd say that's about 2 stops over, so let's go boop boop. 2 stops down. Do a test shot. Yeah, I think that's good. Thanks, IKP. I spent like a whole day making it. I am not good at set building. It's not my strength. Wish I was like best friends with some like really talented mock builder. And they can just build everything for me. I should be using a toothpick for this one. I had one before. Where is my toothpick? I've got so much stuff on my desk at the moment. I might just have to make do. Oh well. Brian said gain versus exposure? Or what do you mean? I'm just kind of feeling out the movement to see what I need to do, and then I'm probably going to restart this shot in a moment. Oh, what's the difference between gain and exposure? Gain's kind of like everything that you do to the image after it's sort of hit the camera sensor. Exposure is all of controlling everything that goes onto the camera sensor, if that makes sense. So like gain is like digital, and exposure is like the analog. So you can change gain settings and stuff, but exposure, like, you can't change it once you've already taken the picture or whatever. Is this enough? Man, I wish I could set the exposure preview offset to be a bit brighter, because this one's just a tad too dark. Mr. Awesome asked if I'm going to be making more lighthearted animations or more dark animations. I'm definitely going to be skewing more dark with my next few ones. I think I've had my fun with lighthearted stuff, and I'm gonna try going really dark for a bit, because I don't know which one I had more fun with. I think I had more fun with dark stuff, although like light cartoony animations. Light cartoony animations are a little bit more fun to animate because they make them very jumpy and lively, whereas this stuff is pretty difficult a lot of the time to get it looking good. Jason asked who inspired you to do stop motion. Lots of people. The entire brick filming community. And then also movies. Really like behind the scenes documentaries and articles. I often used to prefer prefer watching behind the scenes stuff to actually watching the movie. I think I need some anticipation movement. Let me just check how long this shot's meant to be. I'm not sure I'm really happy with the framing either, because like I'm gonna have like the text written here, and it's gonna be partially covered up by his face. So I might have to punch in a bit closer with that, and also and yeah, I'm not really quite sure what to do with the movement here. Yeah, it's a bit over now, but it's not clipping though. Is Garfield SCP? Garfield is an SCP. Do you use the SCP wiki? Yes, I do. Definitely use it. PewDiePie or T-Series? PewDiePie, obviously. I'm not a huge fan of PewDiePie, but I don't know. I can respect the content. It's kind of, I don't know. It's kind of crazy that he has that many subscribers and viewers. Let's get a body twist in here as well, I reckon. So I go whoop. Hey. And I need to find that. You know what? I think his body is actually a bit stiff, so I might need to replace it with one of my other ones. I think that's my problem. This one's too stiff. That one's a bit better. Oh, jeez. Yeah, alright. I normally wouldn't take quite this long with the animation, but I'm not really used to streaming, so I'm kind of just figuring out. Oof. Figuring it out as I go along. I probably won't be doing too much more live streaming. I might do some for some VFX work. I don't know how my computer will be able to handle it. Alright, let's just replace that. Yeah, it's a little bit better. we do a force perspective one here so he's not actually touching it? Oh man, the shot is so hard to figure out how to do it. Oh, hang on, why don't we just move this out? Oh, lens flare! Woohoo! A couple of people asked what the animation is about. This one is SCP-914. It's the refining machine. So this is kind of just like a testing scenario. I actually don't like that lens flare. It's too bright. What happens if I stop down? Oh man. Man, I'm sick of this shot. This one's really boring. Okay, we got some good separation there. Alright, let's get rid of these. Let's go overboard and do a little arc. I didn't mean for that last one. Huh? You edit. Alright, let's try doing this. I used to lie out in the bed, close my eyes, may there be a pretty girl lying on the sand next to me. I might very well do 173 after this one. I've got a cool idea about how I can do it that I don't think anyone's done yet. I'm just trying to get a bit more light on the left side of frame here. I usually wouldn't take this long with the just like little insert shots like this, but I'm kind of going a bit overboard here because I'm streaming and so my brain's a bit all over the place. My girlfriend reckons I have ADD because I tend to like hyper focus on one thing at a time and I find it really difficult to multitask. I don't know. What does the chat think? I thought I was just autistic. Yeah, John, I don't think I've really seen one that I'm truly satisfied with either, and that's kind of what the trick will have to be, is figuring out how to make a 173 that I actually like. But yeah, no, my girlfriend. Oh, I got a subscribe person. That was really loud. Man, I don't know how to turn the audio down for that. Thank you for the subscription. I didn't actually quite catch your name because I wasn't sure what was happening for a moment there, and I was very scared. Please, no more. I'm just gonna animate this shot and then I'm probably gonna have to redo it off stream anyway, because I don't know if I can quite get it right, but we'll see how it goes. And then I don't know, what do you reckon? I might show you like a little bit of animation from this that I've actually finished. And then maybe we can call it quits. I only really wanted to stream for about an hour just to see how it goes, because I haven't done this on YouTube before, and as it turns out, very difficult. Animation takes a lot of concentration. Got a couple of people talking about getting into stop motion animation, feeling nervous about posting stop motions. Yeah, I mean, generally people are pretty nice about stuff in the community, depending on where you are in the community, but I think it's important to make sure you're making stuff that that's fun, especially at the start. Make stuff that's short and fun. You can catch the bug and keep doing stuff. Yeah, I've definitely got some flicker and stuff happening in this shot. I'm probably gonna have to redo it. Yeah, okay. Alright, I'm probably gonna finish off this stream now. But I'm just going to I'll show you a quick piece of animation before I go. Just gonna edit this one, and I want Premiere. So yeah, this is just a piece of animation that I've done the VFX for, and I've done the color grade and everything, and it's, yeah, this will be the first shot in the new video. Alrighty, here we go. And that's it. It's just a camera move. It did take a bit of time to do though, and also the VFX and stuff. But yeah, all right. I'm gonna hop up this stream now, and hopefully I might be back sometime this week or next week. I don't know. We'll see how we go. But yeah, thank you for the people that tuned in. It's been a lovely time, and I'll catch you later.